Waiting on people to arrive. Who's that? Greetings. How are you this evening? Hope all is well. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing tonight? You're sleepy? Oh, it must be. Well, it is a little late. It's a little bit late. Just hanging in there. That's it. You're not fantastic. All y'all just hanging in there. Greetings from France. Oh my gosh. We got somebody from France in the house. Welcome, welcome. Bonjour. Is that what they say? Bonjour. Is that French? Just came from Pilates. What? Uh oh, somebody's getting limber. Who are you getting limber for? Somebody's trying to lengthen their limbs. Pilates is awesome though. Pilates, yoga, very good forms of exercise. I haven't done yoga in I think it's been about 9 months now. I've been on the weightlifting stroll for a minute. I'm kind of living there right now, but I have been thinking about taking a yoga class because it's such a good stretch. It's such a good stretch. Oh, it's bonjour, madame. Okay. You're getting the waistline tones and snatched. Uh oh. Who you getting snatched for? Hey, how you doing? Who you getting snatched for? You know, I had somebody email me asking me if there's ever a point where it's too late to be moral. In other words, she was saying she's fat and old, and she wanted to know if um, if she should throw in the towel and just forget about waiting on a quality relationship and just enjoy, intercourse, situationships, or whatever with whatever opportunity comes her way. Should she just be glad that she's getting an opportunity to have some semblance of enjoyment because um, she's already old and fat. She said, Celtics, I'm ugly, I'm old, and I'm fat. Should I just throw in the towel and just have fun? So, my thing with morality is that it's supposed to protect you. Your morals are your protection. And at any point you say to yourself you want to give that up, or you're contemplating what's the point of holding out or waiting for quality, or not doing it with men who don't like you and all that kind of thing. At any point where you're questioning whether it's even worth the holdout, you have to what you're asking is, or what you're saying to yourself is, you're not worthy. You call it whatever you want. What you're saying is you're not worth protecting yourself. And it was kind of sad for her to for her to ask, is there a certain point where it doesn't, morality doesn't matter anymore? And she's not the only one that feels that way. There's a lot of women, we're not even talking about age. We're talking about women who just, because they are unattractive, they feel that really what is the point in keeping yourself out of the beds of men who don't care, or being girlfriends. What's the point of not doing all those things if nobody's coming along to say, you know what, I want you as my wife, or my long time, I want to commit to you, and that sort of thing. And what I say to that is, women are moral by condition. I've said this before. Basically, women are moral based on what they hope to get, or how they're moral because they want someone to feel a certain way about them. So they play the moral game. But it's not really to their core. It's not a core value, because if we're talking about morality as a core value, you would never toy with bargaining that away if it was a core value. Like, and when I say core value, like, I guess all of us here would never kill anybody. We're not killers on here. So your core value is, I would never kill anyone. Like, that's not even an option. Not even an option. So when we're talking about relationships and who you sleep with and who you decide to have relationships with and give a pass to and all that stuff, you have to have some core values where that's concerned. But what I'm finding is a lot of y'all are just fair weather morality. You're pseudo morals. You're not really about it. You just don't want him to think you're a slut right away. You just don't want him to figure out you're a slut on the first date. But if he finds out, 2 weeks, it's okay. You could blame it on, what's the moment? Isn't that what we do? It's the moment. I just went with the moment. Or you could blame it on the alcohol too. Ain't that what y'all do? Yeah, blame it on I was high. I was nice. I was just having a good time. So it's unfortunate that morality is contingent upon looks. We make it so. You decide whether you're going to be promiscuous or not based on your helplessness or your hopelessness or your prospects. And there it is. A lot of us are not disciplined, and we let ourselves go, and there's things like that, because we can always improve if we want to. A lot of us don't, because it takes work, and it requires us to face our own inadequacies and wrestle with our own laziness, and the judgment we're used to is the judgment we're kind of comfortable with. You just get comfortable. You just get comfortable. So there's that. So this particular woman would rather just sleep with anybody, I guess, to have that moment than, in her mind, waste time waiting for that one to see her as valuable. And I liken that to, well, you're allowing yourself to be raped. That's how I see that. You're allowing yourself to be mishandled. Because if you can consciously sleep with a man you does not like you, you're going in knowing that. Tell me where you're at with it. You're all the way at the bottom. You're at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Sort of like you're waiting to pass away, I guess. Greetings, Faith. Faith in the house. Tell her to get a life. She sounds like someone who's depressed. Get a hobby, travel, pick up a new skill. There's so much to do out here other than self-destructive behavior. A lot of women, like I said, this is not isolated. She's not isolated. There's a lot of ugly girls that, like, you know, it's no point. I might as well do my thing. And there's a lot of women that actively pursue dead end relationships because they just don't feel that there's any way. So as y'all know, the talk about black love has hit a fever pitch lately. I've been on the radar of some swirlers and all that kind of stuff, and it is what it is on that. It is what it is on that. Their proof is stats. Got statistical, empirical data that black women are getting hitched by non-black men, and that's going to save us. Having relationships outside of the black male and black female dynamic. And as I said, and I've always said on this channel, you have to do what it is that you have to do. But I will not be bullied down into conforming to a thought form that I don't agree with, that I don't think is real. Now, I'm delusional. I have a new title called Mammy. By my sisters call me Mammy, and I'm like, do y'all know the definition of Mammy? How could that be? I say black love, and now I'm called a Mammy. So I'm like, do y'all need to go Wikipedia the terminology here? I don't get it, but that's the term. But like I said, that's code for nigger. That's code for this black slave-looking nigger girl. That's what they mean. That's why it's not congruent with the actual meaning, but they're telling me that I am that because it's a visual thing. Y'all got to look for the codes, like what was it, Tariq Nasheed say, stay on code, stay on code, stay on code. So there's all of that. And what I noticed, there's not too many of you that defended my position. When I put out the video and the trolls started coming in, there was only a handful of y'all that really went hardcore UGC for me. And I made notations of that. Right? And I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked because I know for the most part a lot of y'all are against the principles of this channel. You think this is just weird. It's toxic at the end of the day and all of that. But on the flip side of that, you have women like the lady who contacted me saying, well, what should I just be a hoe because nobody's checking for me, so good. I think I should just go ahead and have this moment. And you don't think that's toxic? You don't think that's toxic? A lot of y'all are basing your choices on stats now. And if that's what we're going to do, then our black men also can justify their position based on statistics now as well. They got a lot of info, a lot of reasons not to touch us with a 10-foot pole too. So there is that. There is that, but we got a lot of quotologists out here, and they just doing things off of a numbers game. Everything is a numbers game now. Well, the data says, and the data says, and the data says, and y'all the same motherfuckers that'll eat shit with a warning label on it. So talk to me about what you following stats, and you put shit in your mouth that says this may cause cancer. You so thorough. You so thorough about shit. You so logical, matter of fact, conscientious motherfuckers, and you eat shit that say warning, do not ingest. But that's what we do now. We cherry pick, we decide what we want based on feelings, emotions, and and that sort of thing. And it is what it is. It is what it is. You ladies befriend men who sleep with men who brag about sleeping with husbands and boyfriends, so-called heterosexual men. You could have good, wholesome relationships with men like that. And when I talk about black love, I'm toxic, I'm delusional, I'm a mammy, I'm a traitor somehow to black women when you fraternize with motherfuckers that are ready to suck your man's dick. Are you kidding me? Who we fooling here? Y'all cape for female impersonators all day long. Oh, I love you, girl. I love you, a woman to me. And she's redefining the validity of what you are as a natural woman. And you're okay with that. You can befriend them. Why? Because they get a bag and they're cute. They're getting bags out here and they're cute. And I'm here, the lone wolf, the little black sheep, literally, saying, listen, we gotta heal. We gotta put this thing together and heal. And I'm the one that's delusional. So it is what it is. Y'all will get hurt again. The year's coming to a close. We got a couple more weeks left to send it off with a bang. You won't listen. It'll be entertainment. You have quiet lows, but you hear anyway. I guess to watch my big mouth move. I don't know. But what I do know is that my intention here on this channel is to help us. It is to help us. If we listen, if you kind of, peel back everything, just put aside what you think you know. Put aside what everybody's saying, this fake nice, this fake positivity shit that's all around here. Put that away for a second and let's open our eyes a little bit and see what things really are. Black men have issues too. Black men have issues too. But we're not doing no blame game. My channel is focused on women. The men got to deal with what they got to deal with. So that's why I'm addressing us, because I know us. I know us. And the problem with all of this hatred that we have for each other is that there's children in the middle of all of this. Listening to you women say that black men ain't this and they ain't that, and you black dudes, you guys that are on this channel too, you got your daughters hear what you say too. Your daughters hear what you say too. So I'm like, what legacy are we leaving? What are we passing on to our children? Because our children are the casualties of our war with each other. I'm not pro man. I don't even speak verbiage like kang this and kang that that stereotypical shit, because everybody can soundbite my shit and assume they know what I'm saying because of all of this. I don't even talk like that. I talk about men and who ain't acting like men. I talk about women and who ain't acting like women. Period. Period. And it is what it is. If not for us, for our children. Our children are black. Right? Your sons are black. How are they supposed to feel about themselves when their own mothers are propagating that what he's going to grow into ain't what we should strive to be around? We're in pain, y'all. It's a lot of trauma. It's a lot of trauma going on. I love you, sucker. So I gotta love Your message shift from self-healing to racial and political issues, which brings the trolls. My message has never shifted. My message has never shifted from uh, self-esteem. It's always that. Political? How have I been political? What's political about anything that I've said? What's political? I totally disagree with your observation. As a matter of fact, you were one of the ones who was like, I told you they were coming, Salkins. I think you were gloating a little bit. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think you were kind of happy about it. So it is what it is. I haven't changed anything. Race is political. I'm talking about black love. I'm talking about us healing, getting over this angst that we feel about each other so that we can get back to loving each other. That's political? Okay. Whatever. What and ever. Then why are you here, Green Steven? Who's Green Steven? Black men has no issues, honey. Us men are victims. And you see, this is what goes on. Everybody's claiming victim. Everyone is justified in how they feel. Everybody has justification and stats to back up their justification and real world experience to back up everything. Everybody has that. Everybody has that. So we just spinning our wheels. And what I'm saying is we each have to take responsibility. Let's just take responsibility. That's all I'm saying. You guys have to take responsibility for the choices that you make and your own irresponsible behavior. Just the same as the women that you say have to choose better and stop being whatever we're being and doing whatever we do. And you have to do the same thing. It's not one hand doesn't clap. It takes two hands to clap. Two. That's what I'm talking about. Literally everything can be justified. Justification means nothing without responsibility and action. And that's the point. That's the point. Everybody has a good reason for feeling slighted, for feeling unloved, for feeling neglected, and all of that. Females as well as males. Black men and women do. They do. But we blame, and like I said, the fingers that we point, nobody's finger is clean in this whole thing. Nobody's. I wasn't gloating. I'm one of your consistent donators. I'm not your enemy. I'm not talking about your donations. I have a lot of consistent donators. I have people that donate that you don't see on this live. Big money. So it's not even about that. I'm saying your delivery was kind of questionable. It didn't seem like you were defending or felt bad about it. It was sort of like, basically what you said was, I told you so. I told you so. That's how you left that. So I don't know how you expected me to read that. But it didn't sound like support. That's all I'm saying. I took responsibility long ago. I readily admit it feels good. Yeah, it feels good because then you it's like you're taking back control of your life. When you say you're responsible, it's not like you're victim blaming or anything like that. You're just saying, listen, I'm in total control of my actions, my decisions, and I'm directing my results from this point on when I claim responsibility for what it is that I do. And we got to do that, or this thing is just going to get worse and worse and worse. Worse and worster and worster and worster. That's it. Selkis, what part of the law of attraction do you agree and disagree with? The law of attraction? Well, what part do I disagree with? The only part of it that I disagree with is that it's not the only law that we're influenced by, because we're attracting many things. I attract a lot of things that I don't want. Like for instance, there are a lot of trolls that come to my channel. There's a lot of people that come that I've attracted based on what I say, that I have absolutely no care for. I wish I never met them. I'm like, how, why are you here? But I attracted them. So that's just one law of many laws. Now the cause and effect comes into play. That's one of the laws that I love the most, because it's about your actions at the end of the day, not just who you attract. Because I attract and then I respond. I can attract you into my life and then decide that I like what's come into my life, and I'll give you a shot. Or I can say, oh hell no, you not it. We're not doing this today. Go along your way. So we attract things that we want. We attract things that we don't want or we don't like. So it's not the end all. It's not the alpha and the omega of law. You're still responsible for what you co-sign with, because whatever you decide to do is now going to bring a result. And that's just what it is. I'm not going to defend or support political issues. I came to your platform for self-healing. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be a part of the gender war. All right, Tia, do you? That's all I can say. Duly noted. I'm sorry to see you go. I'm sorry that you view it as a political channel now. Go find your peace wherever you want it at. Wherever you need it at, whatever fuels your heart and gives you what you need. My blessings to you. I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. There's a video of black women YouTuber talking about her cousin almost got abducted by 3 black men in ATL while going to work. She says she can no longer support black men because they refuse to protect. I think I got a snippet of that. I didn't see the whole thing. I was kind of distracted while I was watching it, so I really didn't get the whole thing. So the the conclusion was that she dislikes black men now because nobody none of the brothers helped. So it's some craziness going on out here now, y'all. This abduction thing has reached a fever pitch. I don't even know like what's really going on. That's terrible. Selkis, what kind of music do you like, and what sort of things make you happy? Well, I paint. I paint. That makes me happy. I listen to normally I listen to musical scores when I'm thinking about things, when I need to concentrate and focus, when I need to calm my energy down. It's usually musical scores. And when I say musical scores, like movies like The Last Samurai, Gladiator, Transformers. I love the Avengers soundtrack. So it's, Star Wars soundtrack. It's stuff like that. Stuff like that I listen to. And what makes me happy is helping people. That really makes me happy. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, I don't do any of those things. I'm quite lame. Quite lame. I'm a loner. I don't have any friends. So I'm just a creative soul, a researcher. I'm self-contained. I do what I do. I just do me. She did not say that her name is April Mason. Oh, so what did she say then? So she didn't say that she hates black men now. What was her conclusion? What did she say since you saw the video? No, black men told her what makes black women think they deserve protection. Of course, that hurt her because she is also pro black love. I'm trying to figure out who would tell her that. Somebody almost got abducted in. Was this in her comment section of a video? Was these viewers of her channel that said something like that? Or is this people that she actually knows personally? Or what? No, it's not that she dislikes black men. She realized that black men are the main kidnappers. Oh, and they told her that black women have to be worthy of protection. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. That is terrible, a terrible revelation. Terrible revelation. So what is so April Mason is 42 years old, has lied about being a All right, so what's the true tea here? So somebody, Mr. Edwards said April Mason, 42-year-old cousin, has lied about being abducted. The police put a warrant out for her arrest. She's locked up as we speak. And there it is. Y'all, media is crazy. I don't know. We are insane right now. We are functionally insane right now. It's scary. It's scary, y'all. Yeah, laughing my ass off. Supposedly the cousin lied about being abducted. Why would she lie about something like that? For likes and why why are people lying about stuff like that? That's such a serious accusation. Ooh. Mm, 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 mm. Her cousin was in fear because men were following her. She called the police and they did nothing. The story went viral and the police retaliated by accusing her of making a false report. Okay, so she really almost got abducted. The police were, you say police were mad. She said the police did nothing. The police retaliated by making up accusations that she filed a false report. Well, now I don't know. I don't know. Abductions are really taking place and she was scared. She called the police. Rightly so. If you're suspicious about something, you know, somebody don't look right. That's why you really got to be aware when you're out and about. When you're walking these streets and stuff like that, you really have to be aware of your surroundings. Don't be distracted on your phones and stuff like that. You got to be aware. You got to be aware. So, because how do we know the cousin isn't lying? We don't. That's the harsh thing. We don't know whether she's lying or not. I don't know. I really didn't know until y'all just mentioned this thing on here. So I can't draw no conclusion or opinion about it other than abductions in general have kicked up a big notch, a big notch. Sex trafficking and all that stuff right now it's an easy coin. It's an easy coin. So I don't know what's going on. This is horrible. It's horrible, y'all. I saw the video. She was really scared. Okay. So there's video of her talking about it. So because some people can't be helped, they are unhappy. That's all they know. I am really a happy person. Well, good for you. We need happy people. There's a lot of depressed, lunatics out here, and we need happy people to balance this thing out. So don't let anybody make you unhappy, is what I would say. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Please don't do that, because people are joy stealers out here. People are joy stealers out here. She called the police, but because she didn't have proof, they did nothing. She was scared, so she had to get their attention. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Hi, Miss Monet. We don't know. You know, y'all are saying different things, and we don't know. You know, but I tell my girls, if somebody ain't looking right, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it at all. At all. Run, do what you gotta do. Do not second guess. If you feel it in here, in your gut, that something ain't right, you better be a track star out here. You better be a track star. Videos can be edited, shortened. She went into the store because they were following her. Okay. Yeah, we are in a day of technology. You know, a lot of stuff can be edited, blurred, cut out. All of that. All of that. So I don't know. I guess some people, would use that as further ammunition to say brothers, brothers are to be left to their own devices. Is that the conclusion? Is that the conclusion? I don't know. Somebody was trying. Yes, that's what James. That's what some people are saying. Some people saying that they're lying. I don't know. I don't know. Did you hear about the sex trafficking tactics? They are using Bible study to lure women into going to abandoned buildings to get kidnapped. How does a Bible study turn into a rendezvous at an abandoned building? How does that happen? Y'all? You do have to be careful with some of these Uber and Lyft. Now, I have a friend who is a cop, and he recently told me that there's a hustle going on with these Uber and Lyft drivers too. They abducting people. I'm like, what? Uber and Lyft? He told me that about 2.5 weeks ago now. He was like, yeah, sis, it's not a game. Be careful. I'm like, Uber and Lyft supposedly, so I guess they're impersonating Uber and Lyft drivers now, and they're abducting girls. A mess. Suckers, have you seen the movie Joker? It's really good. It's the kind of film that you gotta keep up with. Yes, I did. I liked it too. I did like it. It means that you are unattractive. Luna Bell, it means that you are unattractive, period. What y'all talking about? Who's Luna? Let me scroll up. I can't find her comment. What are y'all discussing? The sex traffickers are sending women to go to victims talking about God. God is a woman. God is taking their numbers down and telling them to meet up in buildings, but they are abandoned. They're telling them that God is a woman. They're telling them that they feed. They're using Hotep doctrine with Bible study. Suckers, how come a lovely lady like you ain't married? If marry, honey, make no mistake about it. Are you proposing? If you're proposing, let's discuss. So it was back when I was a teenager, I was bothered by the many videos of black men professing how black women are unattractive on YouTube. Many of these MGTOW channels started with disgust for black women. Yes, Rosemary, we have a plethora of channels where men vomit vitriol and disgust and dislike and hatred for black women. We have that. A whole bunch of that. And you have to ask yourself, is that indicative of your chances of having a relationship with one? Is that a measure of the success rate or failure rate that you will face as an individual woman stepping out into the world to get what she wants? That's what you have to ask yourself. We, you know, social media is just like movies. It's just like television programming. So social media is programming, y'all. And I don't know how many ways I have to say the same thing because you're not really accepting it. You're in denial about that. I know y'all claim that I'm in denial about things, but you're really in denial about what social media really is. And social media is how people are fed their morality nowadays. Social media is a social experiment. It's social conditioning. And the reason why it's so strong is because if you see on your friends list, so-called friends list, 70 out of 100 think a certain way, you're inclined to think that way too. You're inclined to believe, okay, this is what it is, because 70 out of 100 people that I supposedly know, which you don't even know, say that what's happening to them, and you don't even know if they're telling the truth or not. Social media is an illusion. What these men say are not they're not indicators of no universal law of any kind. Even if his comment section is littered with all kinds of men saying all kinds of stuff. You know, people say stuff online that they're not living in real life. How many times have people got to get called out on that? Fugazi lifestyle. Everybody professing to be some certain way or believe some certain thing online for approval, to look a certain way, to seem smart or whatever it is, to seem like they're unbothered, that they don't have emotional issues, and in reality, it's something totally different. But y'all just buy into the hopelessness. This all you want to hear is the sob story. That's all you want to hear, is that there's no hope. And I realize that these past 2 days that there's no fixing a lot of y'all. Because y'all are really, really wired for a certain way of thinking. And it's almost as if you like it. It's as if you kind of you feed off it like a specter. Like what do you call it? Those spirits. Succubus, incubus, that kind of thing. A lot of people are feeding off of negativity. So there's that. Because reality starts with what you think. Cliche as it sounds, that's really what it is. Reality starts with what you think. And what you think dictates what you feel. And what you feel dictates what you say. And what you say dictates what you do. And what you do shapes your character. And your character gives you a result. I don't care who's going through what out there. That doesn't mean you have to. That doesn't mean that's going to be your result. But if you take on the emotions of other people and you mimic their temperament and how they handle setbacks and all of that stuff, then what they have experienced will be something that you mimic too. But it's like y'all don't, you don't really want to hear that. You don't really want to hear that. You want to hear that there's no man that looks like you who could ever love you. And you know why you want to hear that? Because other women are telling you this too. It's not it's not even the men. It's so much that's effective in this. It's the other women. It's a lot of women that are telling y'all there's no hope. Jealousy and envy has y'all thinking that it's no hope. And when I tell you she's propagating something that isn't necessarily what's in here or here, you say, but she looks good. So even if she's lying, Selkis, she looks good. Okay. Okay, what you want? Absolutely, Selkis. I got so much understanding after that period of time. I don't hate black men, but I empathize with the illusions black women are dealing with now, wanting to swirl for the wrong reasons. Well, I have said on this channel over and over and over again that you have to be careful, that most men that come into your space are not going to really have your best interests at heart. The average, dealing with law of averages and everything. There's a whole lot of guys that we give a time of day to that we shouldn't, because we're afraid and because we're seeking validation and we want somebody to claim us, because then we're something if we are claimed by somebody. And we're even more something if we're claimed by somebody who we think is better than us. And this is why, the thugs get a play over the nerds and all that, because usually a thug exudes this take it or leave it attitude towards you. He's a rogue, he's a nonconformist. He's not telling you he's going to settle down with you, and there's all kinds of psychological games that he plays, and he's about the closest thing to someone living autonomous as most of us will ever meet. So we're enamored by that. We respect that, because he just about him. He do him. He don't care about nobody else, because we're watching everybody else we're watching other men conform, the so-called nerds and everybody else, compliant, law-abiding, tax-paying, and all that stuff. And here comes the guy who's anti this, anti that, and kind of anti you, and you're like, well, he's free, and that's attractive. Somebody who's an independent thinker is very attractive. So we're not even talking about a thug in the sense of somebody who, I don't know, who strip cars for a living or something like that. A thug is just really somebody who's just not with the program. Not with the program. He's on his own program. And it's something very shimmery and shiny about that. And we get caught up in proving ourselves to people or men who don't care. We get caught up in that, because if I could get somebody who's better than me to care about me, shit, I'm all of that. I'm all of that. Rayanne, turn off the stove. You hear me? Hello? Turn it off. Take the thing out, please. So, you know, that's what it is. That's why we get caught up. You are not alone. No one is thinking of the future of black child and how this negative talk indoctrinates them. It's sick that we are the ones indoctrinating our kids and they don't even have to leave. Yeah. We are creating legacies. With every decision that we make, we are leaving behind something for somebody or other bodies to remember us by. And both black men and women really have to think about that. There's a reason why we hate each other. And to say that institutional racism doesn't have anything to do with all of this. Medical racism, social racism, what's the other one? Economic. Did I say economic, financial racism? All of these things affect both of us. So while you blame black men who supposedly, when they get money, they marry white, you also have to look at yourself when you say you have to alter yourself to get into certain spaces, because this is what black women do. They say that, well, I gotta get this California press going on. I gotta wear this wig. I gotta play the game if I want to win. Isn't that what y'all say? When you want to climb, you put on a uniform to climb in their spaces where they don't want you at. You say, if I don't put on this wig, they won't hire me. I think black men probably would say the same thing, along the same lines, that they're mitigating their blackness by picking these trophies and so-called trophy wives and all that stuff too, because they need to climb and be accepted in certain spaces, and they got to subdue and make sure they're non-threatening, and alert people that they are good players, that they're team players in the spaces that they want to be in too. So, we point the finger, and then we gotta, like I said, we gotta point one back at us too. Is nobody's unsullied here. There's nobody unsullied here. I think it's very unfortunate that the few guys that express displeasure for black women are so charismatic, so vocal, so articulate. So some of them are actually attractive. God forbid, when they're attractive too, Lord, they go viral real fast. And it makes us feel like that's everybody. Okay, because he's saying it, and I see he got a crowd around him, it must be everybody. And it ain't never everybody. It's never everybody. That's what it is. It's magic, y'all. The world runs by magic, smoke and mirrors, and basically illusion. That's how the world spins around, by belief. So when I tell you have to believe certain things, don't take it as, okay, that's basic, that's cliche, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with that. Because magic doesn't have power without belief. Your opinions about things are held together by belief. And like I said, whatever you believe is what you become. It becomes your character. Your belief becomes your character. So it's very powerful. It's very powerful. We have to control our minds. We have to get control of our minds. We have to decide that what we feel or what we want to feel is okay. We have authority to feel whatever it is we want to feel, regardless of if it's not trending and 50 other people ain't doing it on social media. Regardless of all of that. I'm a woman here, but I'm a promoter of black love, not black men, black love, meaning us together. Us together. And pretty much all y'all black women say it's not going to happen. Black men are doing their thing. They don't marry us. Some of y'all say they ain't marrying nobody. You know, if we want to throw out stats, the marriage rate for black men is the lowest of any race. I said that before. So it's not that they're marrying other people in droves. They're not marrying. So there's that thing. But I'm talking about love of self and kind, mutual respect for the image that is me, which is a reflection of you. When I look in the mirror, I see my dad. I don't just see my mother. I look exactly like my father. Like exactly. So I respect both because that's the sum total of what I am. I couldn't be here without both components. I can't walk around here saying, you know, the counterpart of myself isn't anything. Because then I reduce my value too. And somehow black women think they can separate themselves from that. You know, and I guess if you're marrying someone who isn't black, you know, it feels like you can, I guess. You know, and same thing on men. You guys, you know, you guys that marry out feel like it, you know, the black thing isn't your agenda anymore. And then you get your nigga card, like Paul Mooney says that Bill Cosby got when he tried to stick his kielbasa into some of them chicks. You know, the chicken. It took a long time for those chickens to come home to roost, but his nigga card got pulled. His nigga card got pulled. OJ's nigga card got pulled. Who else? Who else? It was someone that just slipped my damn mind. Just slipped my doggone mind. But you know, it is what it is. Like one of my viewers said, you know, black men don't owe us anything, and I don't feel that it's a old kind of you owe or we owe each other anything. Like black men don't have to like me. It's not really about that because every other race holds up their own. They hold up their own. I don't see Asian men talking badly about their women. I don't see white men talking badly how they don't want their women anymore. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. I don't even see white women who date black men saying, you know, y'all white girls need to come and get some of this. I have yet to see that. She quietly lives her life. That's what she does. If she's with a black dude, that's just her. That's just what she's doing. There's no campaigns or anything going on with that. She's just enjoying her life. And they're becoming single mothers too, by the way. I see a lot of them pushing strollers by themselves too. So y'all, you know, what will is. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. Because what we think is real out here, I'm trying to impart the wisdom on you and let you know that reality, so-called reality, is theater. Have mercy. It's all theater. It has to be. It has to be. You know why? Because if everyone thought for themselves, who would control us? Who would control us? Who would get us to work 12 and 15-hour shifts, you know, and then the tax man take half a year's pay and all kind of nonsense that be going on with us that's normalized as productive citizenship. Law-abiding, productive, you know, a hard-working person is a respectable person. When really it's slavery. Because half of your money is funneled back into tax. Well, I got, I'm doing that overtime. Half of that's going back. You basically working for free. Half of that overtime that you're doing. It's a hustle. It's a hustle, but it's normal because everybody has to do it. It's normal because everybody has to do it. Right? So when I tell y'all, you know, do the ugly girl thing, it's not a toxic thing. It's a divorcing yourself from the spell. It is you cutting off the power of the spell so that you don't end up like whoever the person was that say they doing Bible study telling women the black woman is God and luring them into abandoned buildings. That's a spell. All the spells happening all around us. I'm telling you to cut it at the jugular. Stop feeding it. Stop feeding it. If you look good, that's fine, but it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. It doesn't mean a man will treat you well. It doesn't mean he's not going to cheat on you. It doesn't mean that he's not going to abuse you. It doesn't mean that you're going to get a ring. It doesn't mean anything. Looks don't have merit at the end of the day, and they don't keep no relationship together. They don't. Ask Nicole Murphy. Ask all these baddies, these quote unquote baddies out here. They get left high and dry. All kinds of baddies out here getting left high and dry. It's a game, y'all. It is a game. And the reason why we get played is because we carry guilt. We allow people to guilt us because of how we look. That is how they control. It's not because you're ugly. It's because you feel guilty because this one and that one's telling you you're not good enough. You don't really deserve to live. That's really what a lot of people are saying. Who gets to decide that? Who gets to decide that? I think I wasn't able to see the link yet. I'm going to see it when I get off this live, but somebody sent me a link to a bleach bath. Somebody was doing I think it was an African girl. They have something now where the girls submerge themselves in some sort of bleach solution to lighten up their skin. And I think she was saying some of the skin was peeling off, all kinds of stuff. All this to look like what? To look like who? They're going to love you anymore? Are they going to really love you? If you're 2 or 3 shades lighter, you're going to get love and respect and all this thing, more money and all that stuff. We have to think about those things. Yes, if someone else knows about that video, the bleach bath, I should have linked it. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't get to watch it yet, but it was sent to me. Oh, you saw the video, Eternal? Oh, Lord, was it that bad? Was it that bad? Wow. What's funny is when you're indifferent to compliments, people think you're arrogant. And a lot of y'all are afraid of being seen as arrogant too. You're scared. You don't want people to feel that you are full of yourself. So you accommodate people, but in accommodating people, you suppress yourself, which brings on private guilt and shame for you. So something's got to go. Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to feel the pain. It doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you. And the real bottom line with all that is you can't change how a person feels about you. You can't. Even if you're nice to them. You know how many of us are nice to people that don't respect us? Haven't you been nice to people who hated you? Who totally disregarded you anyway? I'm bringing this girl ventes from Starbucks, all kind of cheese croissants. When I cook, I bring a plate, all kinds of stuff I'm doing. I'm watching the kids after school, all kinds of stuff. And the girl, she don't have no respect for me. Haven't we all experienced that? So you know what that means? It means it doesn't matter. It means it doesn't matter what they think. You can say no. You can say yes or you can say no. It's the same. It's the same Kool-Aid at the end of the day. At the end of the day, people admire who they respect, though. I'll tell you that. People don't admire who bend over backwards for them. No, nobody's admired for bending over backwards. People admire people who don't give a shit about them. Generally. So if the goal is for you to win respect, do you. You have to do you to get that. You have to do you. You don't give to a fault to get respect. You have to do you to a fault to get respect. That's what it is. That's what it is. Paris has a video on it. For the sake of platinum skin. Oh, that's what they're calling it? They're saying they're getting platinum skin? Oh, Lord, have mercy. You know, I saw some other footage of it where they, I think in Jamaica, they use the cake soap and, you know, the blue soap and some other creams and stuff like that. And the skin gets so thin. Like, there was one woman, she did it to her whole body, right? And the skin gets so thin. Like, you know, normally, like, you could walk outside on a dirt road with rubber slippers on, and you'll be fine. The skin on the bottom of her feet was so thin, she was catching infections just from walking down a dirt road. She was getting infections in the heels of her feet because the outer layer, it was catching all the parasites and all that stuff from the dirt. So she can no longer even walk barefoot on grass anymore. That's how thin the skin got. Oh, Era, you gave me a donation? Wow. Thank you. Yes, link it, please. Link the video so people, if somebody wants to watch, they can. Suckers, you have a lovely smile. It brings the angel to us black men. Oh my word. Do I? I appreciate it. Thank you. Self-hatred is at an all-time high. Yes, it is. By design, so we have to shame the devil. We have to tell the devil, not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. I love who I am. We have to do that. We have to do that. Women are dying to be beautiful, like literally. And we talk about men chasing non-black women and white women when women are dying in the process of altering themselves to appease and be appealing to men who generally want to exploit them. So while we talk about men having their pathologies, which they do, we do as well. That's why we gotta stop the blame, stop the blaming, and come together. It's the transhumanism movement and the gene editing that is coming. Yes, I've spoken about that before. I have spoken about that before. How you said I'm blaming M? How am I'm blaming? You watched this whole live and you come to the conclusion that I'm blaming who? I'm blaming each other. If I'm blaming both of us. And I said that over and over again. You see, when people don't listen, they hear they hear what they want to hear. A lot of times when you talk, people are waiting to hear a mistake. They're waiting to hear a flaw, a mistake, or something that they don't like. So they go, "Aha! I knew it." They don't really listen. They really don't. They're hearing while they're having a dialogue in their own head, while they're filtering as I talk, and they're just hearing what they want to hear. You said you're mixed, so you say that's that information we need for totally irrelevant information. Why are you stating that? You're making that as a point of what? Did you see the Megan Good new skin color? She had such a beautiful skin tone. Now she bleached. I've seen pictures of her, and side by side shots of her, and at one time I said, well, maybe it's lighting or something. Maybe it's the lighting. Other pictures that I saw, I was like, well, maybe it's not the light. I don't know. I don't know. She looks different. She does look different. Has she? I think she's stated that she didn't do anything to her skin. I like. What has she said? You said she looks ghostly. I would say the pictures. I don't know what's going on, but the pictures that I saw, it looked like it was less blood flow in her face. Her face, it didn't look, you know, vibrant. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. If she did, we have to ask ourselves, well, what made her feel that she had to? Was it, to get roles for work, or, what was her thinking process to do that? Because she was perfectly fine the way she was. I mean, lighter, and it's not lighter. She looks gray. She has like a gray cast, according to the pictures now. Because I think she's saying she didn't bleach. I think, but there's like a grayish hue to her now. This is what I'm talking about. We always feel like we're not enough. And some of y'all feel it's only certain type of women that feel this way. And me as the ugly girl's ambassador am telling y'all that it's all. And when I tell y'all it's all, you don't believe me, but when I tell y'all it's all, it's all. Every woman struggles with this thing, and this is why I say cut it. Cut it. Leave it. Give it back to the devil. Vanity is the devil's toy. It's our kryptonite. And this is what the devil used to rope us in, subdue us, trap us. I'm telling y'all. You not Metro? Okay. So let's go back and read my last post. What did you say? I'm scrolling. I don't see anything. You teach me so much. Thank you, Just Be Real. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing your post, so you just repeat it, because people don't understand that not all feedback is criticism. We would rather continue in error than be corrected and grow. That's true. That is true. She says she doesn't do sun because sun ages black skin. Do you agree with that? She says we are sun people, but there are black people that fall for propaganda that the sun ages out the skin. There are some people that burn. I mean, I've seen black people who burn, as opposed to you know getting tan. They actually burn. Um, and not only fair skin, but I've seen darker skinned people start peeling too. So not she's right. If the point is that not everybody could take the sun. This is true, but the look that I'm seeing in the new photos of her doesn't look like a black woman who hasn't got sun. It looks like there's no blood in the face to me. There's something like that. So I don't know. Black girls get lighter in the snow. Okay. Off topic, Sokas, what's your favorite animal? Do you believe in animal spirit guides? I read somewhere that they choose you, you don't choose them. What's your take? Um, well, from what I know of them, they are called familiars. I was told that you can choose them, that, based on their attributes, whatever you resonate with the animal spirits attributes, you can embody that. So the part about not choosing them, I don't know, because I was told that you can, and they're just called familiars. And I like the lioness. I often watch nature shows. When I'm trying to figure things out, and I want to get a natural perspective on things, I look at animals to do that. So I love National Geographic. I love all kind of documentaries about lion pride. One of my favorite movies is The Last Lions. Oh, I cry with that movie. I love it. To watch the psychology of animals and how they live and stuff. And to me, animals represent honesty. They represent naturalness, no contrivities. They do what they do. A lion is not trying to be an elephant, in other words. And I like that, because in our lives, in reality, an elephant is trying to be an alligator in our lives. Everybody's trying to be what they're not. So we live in, it's just so much illusion and so much pretension and dishonesty amongst human beings, and we're supposed to be more intelligent than anybody else, anything that's alive. But we're not natural. We're not in touch with ourselves. We don't respect ourselves naturally and what we're capable of doing naturally. And animals just do what they do. They don't need permission. They don't need drugs. They don't need to be convinced or coerced. They don't get depressed because they can't fly like an eagle. A lion is not trying to fly like an eagle. So I respect animals for that. And when I want an honest take on things, I look at animals. I do. I caught my Cuban mother-in-law in my room taking hair out of my brush. I asked my friend, and she said she's Cuban. She's probably doing a spell, Santeria, with my hair. Should I be worried? I'm not familiar with the Santeria spells, uh, but I know where I'm from. We believe hair does have power, and when you cut your hair, anything, you know, my mother would burn our hair. She wouldn't even throw it in the garbage. She would burn it. So there is power in that, because it is a part of you. It's a total makeup is inside of your hair. So I don't know. Do you get along with her? Do you get along with your mother-in-law? Did you have a fight with her or something like that? Because if y'all have a rift, if you're not on good terms and she's taking hair, then I would be concerned about that. But all in all, outside of that, anything that you have belief in has power. Because if it was just a matter of this is powerful or that's powerful, or ghosts are powerful, ghosts can control us or whatever, everybody would be walking around here pretty much possessed and out of their minds. Why aren't we? Because it's not in our peripheral. We don't have a belief in it. We don't have an awareness of it. It's not a real thing. I find that we can get consumed by things that we fear, so we got to be careful with that too. You said your mom burned your hair too? Yeah. What do you say, swirlers problems? What's that? There's too much going on out here. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot and more. Am I superstitious? No. I'm sort of a no. I can't say that I'm superstitious. I'm suspicious. I ain't superstitious of people. I'm suspicious. I just look. I just look. I'm of the idea that everyone's flawed, and everybody's trying their best. Everybody has things that they fear, things that they hide, things that they wish never happened, regrets, pain, all that kind of stuff. So power to me is in what I believe in. To me, the power anyone has or anything has over me is my belief in it. And and I don't believe a lot of things. I used to, but I don't believe a lot of things anymore. And I think generally people are full of shit. So, and that cuts a lot of bull. That cuts a lot of worry and bull out of my own life. And this is what I'm trying to impart that wisdom upon y'all too. Y'all take people seriously. When these men are ranting about who they like, who they don't like, and all that stuff, you take all that stuff seriously. And I say all this stuff is theater. It's theater. Because outside of what they're saying, there's a lot of pain and hurt and fear going on with a lot of these big mouth people. There's a whole lot of that. But you do believe in the hair spell. You said your mom. I said my mom. I didn't say I burned. My mom did. I'm just telling you, I'm giving you my background. I'm telling you that if you are scared of it, you better go find where she put your hair, because you will mentally conjure up some sort of misfortune out of your own fear of it. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. So, Selkis, do you believe in God? I just wonder. Y'all have some deep questions tonight. Where all this coming from? Do I believe in God? It depends on how you define God. It depends. If you ask me who I worship or who I go to in prayer, I'll tell you that I go to my Father, my actual birth father, who is no longer with us. I go to him in prayer, and I ask him for guidance, and my grandmother too. So it's more of ancestor worship for me, because I feel that there's power in the blood and genetic links. And I don't always feel that it's got to be a relative that's even liked you, that has to come and assist you. I think as long as you have a genetic link with anybody you're calling on, they got to come. I feel like they'll come, you know, because once you cross over into the spirit realm, you get out of the physical nuances, and I don't like this and I don't like that and all that physical stuff. You got to elevate. So I'm calling on anybody. If there's people in my family who were warriors who didn't take no shit, and I need something, I need to, you know, pull out the big guns. I'm calling people who had brave hearts like that. I'm calling on people who actually have those personalities that I need guidance with, or that I need protection or whatever, to feel protected and all that. And by that, I guess I would translate that into calling on guidance would be to call it up from inside of me, so to say. Because there's a blood link there, I can tap into any characteristic that's linked to me genetically. So that's what the prayer does. It like it activates the blood. And I imagine myself turning around and go, yes, what would you like us to do? What do you need to know? Like I imagine that. I visualize like every cell, like going into formation, so to say. Every cell at attention when I concentrate the focus. So, that's what it is. Prayer can activate the aspects in your astral chart. Oh, okay. Are you a reader of astral charts? I've never gotten a chart done. I've always wanted to get one done just to see what it reveals. It'd be interesting to see what it reveals. I'm a fish out of water. I was with my children's father my entire 20s until 30s. Dating terrifies me. I stayed to myself. You're justified in, let's say, instead of being afraid, let's say your cautiousness. Let's change the verbiage. Just say you're intensely cautious. You're fervently cautious about dating, because there's really nothing to fear with it. A healthy suspicion is a healthy suspicion, and every woman should have that. So you want to walk with that. And as long as you are not doing anything that you don't feel that you should do, you'll be fine. A lot of us get into problems in these relationships because we're doing what someone else wants us to do, not what we're ready for. And the moment you start compromising, you've kicked yourself out of the realm of rhyme and reason. Now you don't think for yourself anymore. The moment you do something for someone else and you put someone else's requests in front of what's comfortable for you, you are no longer in control of this. Now you are Kermit the Frog, sock puppet. He has his fist up your ass and working you like a goddamn Muppet. That's what happens. So you got to be careful with that. We give over our power. Nobody takes it. Y'all gotta understand, nobody takes power away from you. If you're not hog-tied and duct taped and thrown in a corner, you consented. You give your power away. So we got to be mindful of that. This you don't have to be afraid of men. If you have convictions that are deep in the recesses of your mind, your brain, your vagina, whatever, everything is linked. Mind, heart, and vagina are all linked. Nothing is separated from each other like how these hoes do. Then you'll be fine, because all cylinders got to fire off before you do anything. You're not doing anything because you hot down here and up here is saying, girl, you better not. You don't make a move if down here is wet and up here is dry. What you say is no thank you. You have to listen to your internal wisdom. You have to listen to your own blood. You are the product of your mother and father, your mother and father's mother and father, your mother and father's mother and father's mother and father's mother and father. You got a whole lot of wisdom swimming around in your veins. Call on it. Call on the extra set of eyes. You already got an extra set of eyes right in here, right in your gut. Your gut tells you, ooh, that ain't right. Your gut tells you that. But y'all looking for all of this fancy, this fancy, frilly, frolicky stuff, and it's so simple. It's so simple. Simplify your life. So I tell all y'all all the time, you got to simplify your life. Don't convolute and complicate anything. Human beings lie because they want to conceal things in order to perform magic tricks on your mind. The only reason to conceal something is to make you do something that you would not in your right mind do. Right? So we simplify. I don't do anything that I'm not comfortable with. I don't do anything that I'm not ready for. I don't put anybody in front of me. And that's not being boastful. It's not being arrogant. It's me understanding that I have to take care of this vessel first. And what you do. And what you do. I learned to pay attention to my instincts and my gut. Yeah, those are the built-in lie detectors. Built in. Green says women lie, but that doesn't make me hate them. And men lie too, right? Right, Green? You've lied before, right? Are you above reproach? Oh, you're saying men are the victims. What are you a victim of? What are you a victim of, Green? Who victimized you and in what way? I saw in one of the videos that you used to be a hairstylist. I noticed a lot of black women say weaves are protective styles, but when they take their weaves out, their hair is damaged. I call BS. Listen, there's that, and there are women that, when they take their hair down, they have this Diana Ross, bouffant of hair, very luscious tendrils of hair. So there are some that are fake and jacks that really don't have nothing to protect underneath the protective style. There are women who don't have nothing. Like, what are you protecting? There ain't nothing there. And then there's others that do. So, it's not universal on that. Everybody got to listen. It's just another reason. It's just, the packaging. the packaging. You got to have a reason. It's not that you like the weave. You're just protecting your hair. The weave is a protective mechanism. It's not that you have to have a weave. Like, some of us got to make the differentiation between that, so that we don't feel ashamed of, the styling practices that we do. There's that. And then others that, that do use it to protect their hair, because they actually do wear their hair sometimes. The only thing that makes it BS is that, the protective styles is like, when do you wear your own hair? Like, you're protecting it from what? Because you never wear it. You never show your own hair. So you're protecting it to do what if you never show it? So it'd be that part. My mom's is a hairstylist. All right. Is there a reason why some black women hair... Oh, I just lost the comment. Okay. What happened there? All right, y'all. Well, I guess we can... I've been talking for over an hour straight, y'all. And I think we come to the end of this live. I needed to give y'all some perspective, some food for thought. I have a tech guy right now trying to help me code my site to do live streaming directly from my site. That's going to be happening for more reasons than one. Because there's things that I want to talk about to, and only to, women that are really ready to embody this thing that I'm doing here. It's not entertainment for me. I am a life coach. This is what I do for a living. So the point is to help, and there's a lot of people that are in their feelings, and they use YouTube and YouTubers to distract them and entertain them, and I don't have, my time is important to me. My time is very, very important to me. So, and I need to be able to say what I need to say without restriction, without the trolling, and without the disingenuousness that is YouTube, and especially with all the COPA laws and all kinds of stuff going on now. By January, my channel might not even be here. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how this thing goes. But I would advise you, if you feel the content helps you, is valuable, to subscribe to the site, The Ugly Girl. You can subscribe to both my sites, my art site, which is iloveherart.com, because I'll be streaming live from there too. I plan to do live chats while I'm painting and stuff like that on that site. And the Ugly Girls Club, we just gonna dig in, dive deep. It will be a minimal membership fee to get into the live chats. Not much, but we'll be able to privately get into some things. And yeah, so that's what's going on, and I hope to have that up and running real soon, because he's been working on it all day. And so I'm expecting to have that done within the next day or two. So I'm going to be reconfiguring some things. So there's that. So subscribe, become a member. It's free to become a member. You won't know that I'm chatting if you're not a member. So there's that. So do what you want. Do what you will on that. Selkis, read your email. What? I'm talking here. What? Repeat what you're saying, because I scroll up and I don't see what you're saying. Just sent the email. Can you have Selkis read it? So I can't read the email while I'm on a live stream. Lord have mercy. I'll check the email when I get off. You got money for me or something? What you know? You yelling and carrying on. You got money for me? Lord have mercy. Is there a reason why some black men have a hard time growing hair past their shoulders? Is it bad diet, high stress, lifestyles, or heredity? You said, is there a reason why black men have a hard time growing hair past their shoulders? I'll say this about hair. Uh, there's nothing wrong with short hair. Short hair is not a sign of malnutrition or some sort of, I don't know, thyroid dysfunction or something like that. Um, we have been propagandized into believing this big, bushy, big head of hair thing is synonymous with health and vitality. But as black people, everybody doesn't grow hair down their shoulders. Look at some of the indigenous tribes in Africa. You know, short hair, men and women with short hair, and it's not because of any sort of poor diet or anything like that. It's just genetics at play. A lot of us are mixed with a lot of us are mixed with canines and all kinds of stuff going on. That the reason why we're so hairy. When you look at indigenous tribes, do you ever see hair on their arms? Like how we have hair all up our arms and legs and knuckles and stuff like that. Look at the indigenous tribes, man. The women didn't have no hair on their body. What's this hair on the body? I have hair on my knuckles right now. It's very sparse. When I was younger, you could really see, but I got hair on my knuckles, hair on my toe knuckles, hair on my legs and arms and stuff. That's not normal. That's mixing. That's mixing. All this hairy stuff, it's mixing, y'all. Don't get it twisted. We normalize a lot of shit. We normalize a lot of shit. That ain't what we do. Thank you, Bella. Oh man, you missed the whole live. You're gonna have to hit the replay. I'm about to wind down. You need to steam it. You need a Steemit account to use it. It's like YouTube except decentralized. I heard about Steemit. But the problem is, a lot of these, what's happening with YouTube is going to come down the pipe with all these social media platforms. They're going to start really, really regulating what you can and cannot say on all the platforms. YouTube is just the first. YouTube had to pay $175 million in fines, and these other sites are not. They ain't about that life. So it's all, social media is changing. It's becoming, we're being policed, y'all. Freedom of speech ain't free no more. It's not. And I need to be on a platform that I can control. I need to have a piece of real estate that I can regulate myself. So if you're really, really a fan or whatever, you follow. If not, deuces. there it is. Miss Selkis, if everyone heeded your message, there might be hope for this lost planet. I hope you keep carrying on. I plan to. There is no stopping. I'm just getting ahead of certain things that I see going on. But there's no stopping. This is truly a labor of love. For me, because y'all just don't know how unbothered I usually am. For real. When was the last time you've been to Africa? I was there 3 weeks ago, and it was wonderful. Really? What part of Africa did you go to? I have yet to go. I missed two opportunities to go because I was scared of the plane ride. Y'all, it's something with the plane ride. Anything over 4 hours, you got to tranquilize me like goddamn Mr. T or something like that. Anything over 4 or 5 hours, I'm looking like, okay, when are we landing? So I got to get my mind, I got to get prepared for that. It's the flight thing that has me not being able to do it yet. Not being able to do it. So there's that. Even on how we express ourselves as police. Oh yeah, we are in a police state now. Believe that. Believe that. You can't just say what you want anymore. What would you do if I donated $500? Uh, donate the 500, and I'll tell you. How about that? Admins, put the Cash App up, put the PayPal link up. Donate the 500, and then we can have a conversation about what you get for $500. Really? Yeah. What was that? What was that? Are you testing me? You said, "Where's my mom's credit card?" Oh Lord, don't get in trouble now. Don't get in trouble now. I have these facial expressions. Yeah. Yeah, so there it is. I heard a young millennial talk about the lack of love songs, have the kids in her school thinking love is weakness, and they are groomed to be so cold and heartless now listening to Cardi B. And not only them, you know, we talk about what the young people are influenced by, but the old people are just as influenced by it too. Because what the women, because the women are listening to Hot Girl Summers and Where the Bag At. They're not listening to love songs. You know, that's what we have now too. So we are becoming more and more heartless, and that's our problem. We are disconnected from our hearts. That really is our problem now, and we got to get back to feelings and connecting to self and other people, our own people especially. We have to do that. Everybody's getting cold now. Everybody's getting cold. So there it is. All right, y'all. So let me let y'all go get to it. I thank everybody for the donations. I appreciate everybody that's on the live. I still appreciate everyone who left. Anybody unsubscribe, I appreciate y'all too. Thank you. Give you some words of wisdom. Just love who you are. Accept yourself. Accept yourself and your flaws, and don't feel bad about your mistakes because you'll make more of them. But always strive to do your best, and there'll be nothing for you to worry about if you're always doing your best. Always. You don't the envy, the hatred, the jealousy, the feelings of inadequacy, all those things fall away when you decide every day that you will do your best. Because doing your best means what? Doing the right thing. That's what doing the right thing means, doing your best. So there it is. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace and love. Bye.